Hi, welcome back to Neuro Unlock. If you're a new viewer, namaste. Okay, before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more upcoming content. Guys, I know my videos are taking long to release, but I'm sorry. You know, I go through a lot of things. I'm going through a lot of things as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with my emotional pain. You get it? Anyway, let's dive into this. Let's see how deep we can go. But this is just like a questions and analysis. And of course, it's a little confusing the way I present, but just allow me to be free in how I speak, you know, and how I deliver this message to you. All right? I love you. Let's go. Okay, emotional pain. Now, this is a topic that I really want to talk about because I feel like it's something that we hardly ever want to address in our personal lives because it's something that we always want to run away from, you know, or we never want to admit it that we are emotionally in pain, especially men. You know, men always want to be tough, you know, strong and all the time, you know, but we don't accept that we're in pain. And I think that is the reason why we have so many mental health cases that we always hear about, because most of the times we don't want to deal with our emotional pain. So I want to talk about emotional pain. Why is it so hard to deal with emotional pain? That's the question. Because a lot of people are not emotionally intelligent, you know, because we're always thinking about, you know, IQ intelligence, but we're not thinking about EQ intelligence, you know. Okay, from my personal experience, the reason why I think that it's hard to deal with emotional pain is because I feel like it's something that we haven't been taught on how to deal with it since a young age. So when you start to learn it when you're grown up, you know, it's just like a whole different process, and it's really hard to teach an old dog new tricks. But here's the thing, you know, it doesn't mean you can't learn. We always learn. I mean, every single day you can learn something new. You can learn how to deal with things. You can learn how to do things. You can learn how to, you know, create things. So many things that you can learn how to do. So why would it be different with emotional pain? That means we can learn how to deal with emotional pain as well. So the thing about emotional pain and learning how to deal with it, you know, to deal with it or learning how to deal with it is like learning a new skill. You know what I'm trying to say? So when you know how to deal with it, that's a skill, because that's like an added, you know, skill to your emotional intelligence. And that can really change your life, because emotional intelligence is something that we are not really exactly taught from a young age. It's mostly IQ, but not EQ. You get what I'm trying to say? So when we focus on EQ, which is emotional intelligence, you know, we start to learn how to deal with our problems emotionally, because most of the times we don't want to deal with our problems emotionally because we don't know how to deal with them. You know what I'm saying? And we haven't been taught how to deal with them. So we just run away from them. You get what I'm trying to say? So the thing that I am recommending is mostly just understanding that you can learn how to deal with emotion, pain, no matter how difficult of a situation you are in when it comes to your emotions. So here's the thing. Don't worry about where you are right now. Understand that right now you are exactly where you need to be emotionally. You get what I'm trying to say? So where you are right now, and if you're watching this video, more you're taking the right step, you know, towards, you know, getting more emotional intelligence, like I am doing, you know, through my traumatic experiences, through my mistakes, through my heartbreaks and so many things, you know, I am constantly learning on how to deal with them. Constantly reading information, constantly, you know, watching videos, constantly opening my mind to new dimensions of emotional intelligence, because I feel like emotional intelligence is something that society needs to learn. It's something, I'm sorry, it's something, yeah, it's something that it's something that society needs to learn. So here's the thing. Don't worry about your pain right now, okay? No matter how hard it is to deal with it, you can deal with it. So firstly, I want you to know that you can deal with it. The next step is of course, we've already said acceptance. But then I want to take it to a whole different perspective when it comes to acceptance. Because most of the times that we think that acceptance is just saying, okay, yeah, I'm in pain, you know? But then I'm not talking about just that. What I mean by acceptance is, you know, accepting and feeling that pain, allowing it to, you know, brew inside you. The next step is understanding why you run away from it. Why do we run away from emotional pain? Of course, I understand that it's painful. Yeah, it's very, very painful. But why do we run away from it? You get what I'm trying to say? Like, we don't want to deal with it. We just want to move on from it. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, imagine just trying to move on from your physical wound. Like, can that work the same way? It can't. When it's a physical wound, we want to heal it right there. You know, we find a plaster, you know, stop the bleeding or something like that. Or take a painkiller. Of course, we also take painkillers for our emotional pain, but is it the same type of painkiller? No, it's not. No, it's not. We take painkillers in the form of drugs, and by drugs, I don't mean like medicine. By drugs, I mean like alcohol. You get what I'm trying to say? So that we can escape that reality and, you know, suppress that emotion. You get what I'm trying to say? That pain, you know? Because we don't want to feed it. We just want to move on from it. We don't want to deal with it. We want to pretend that we are not in pain. Why is it? Like, why do we do that? Is it because of the first step of not, you know, knowing how to, of, you know, not being taught, you know, from a young age on how to deal with it? That's a really, really big question for me. And I'm leaving it as a question because I want to keep your mind curious. Like, why do we run away from pain? Apart from the fact that it's painful. And by pain, I mean emotional pain. Why do we run away from emotional pain apart from the fact that it's painful? Why? Another thing is, or should I say another question, by steps, you know, when I was saying steps earlier, I meant questions anyway, by the way, just so we can get it straight. Anyway, by questions, I also mean steps in the same time, you know, depending on how I'm speaking it, you know, I'm a little confusing sometimes, bear with me. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, why is it that people don't want to learn how to deal with emotional pain? Have you noticed that? Like, there's people who can teach us how to deal with emotional pain. But then why don't people want to learn how to deal with emotional pain? Think about it carefully. Is it because they're ashamed of the pain? But then everybody else has pain. You get what I'm trying to say? Or is it because everybody's always smiling? You get what I'm trying to say? Putting on a smile, you know, to hide their pain. So when you want to show your pain, you feel as if you're the only one who has that pain. Is that one of the reasons? Personally, I think it is one of the reasons. But then I think there's more to it. What do you think? Please, when I'm asking these questions, please do leave a comment so that I can understand your mind and your thought process on what I'm talking about here. You get what I'm trying to say? Or maybe open my mind to new perspectives, you know? Or you can maybe open the person who is watching this video to a new perception. You get what I'm trying to say? So why is it so hard to learn how to deal with emotional pain for people? Like, people don't want to learn how to deal with emotional pain. So that makes it hard. You get what I'm saying? Because if you don't want to do it, then it becomes tougher for you to even learn it. Because even when you start learning it, you know, you feel as if, you know, it's a long road. But here's the thing. Learning how to deal with emotional pain is simply a choice, you know? And if you take that step, if you make that choice to deal with your emotional pain, then you will deal with your emotional pain, no matter what you've been through. Because we all go through things. Everybody goes through pain. You know, most of the times you might think that someone else's life is perfect, but trust me, they're probably going through a lot of pain that you don't know about. Because a lot of people don't want to admit that they're in pain. You get what I'm saying? I openly admit that I'm in pain. I don't mind showing you my tears. I don't mind you showing my sadness. I don't mind showing you my sadness. You know, you can see my sadness. But you also see me smile. You also see me happy. Why? Because I don't want to wear a mask. You know, that's another reason I feel like people find it hard to deal with their emotional pain, because they like to wear a mask. And then once they wear the mask, it feels so good to put it back on. And you don't want to take it off. You know, you don't want to show the world that you're at a negative place emotionally. You don't want to. Because you feel like it's gonna tear you down, or people laugh at you. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the case. Because trust me, you can be somebody else's hero just by showing your pain. Because so many people want to show the pain, but they don't have the courage to. You get what I'm saying? So from today, I'm hoping that you can show your pain so you can learn how to deal with your pain. Because when you show your pain, trust me, there's always somebody who can come close to you and show you how to deal with it because of their personal experiences. You get what I'm saying? So let's make it easier to deal with emotional pain. Okay? All right. That's done. To the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, you know, leave a comment. Neuro Unlock. Let's rise together to higher consciousness, you know, mind, body, soul. Huh? I love you guys. Namaste.